Welcome to the Simply Pediatrics Podcast, simplifying holistic healthcare for infants and children. We're so glad you're here. Join Jennifer Zethner, holistic pediatric nurse practitioner and holistic mom of 3 on a mission. Listen in as she shares the answers to the most asked questions from parents in her practice every day and offers parents practical strategies and actionable steps to support their child's health and well-being. Enjoy this insightful episode of the Simply Pediatrics Podcast and stay tuned for more information at the end of the podcast. Today's episode, Season of Indulgence, Part 2.
Hello and welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Today is the second part of staying healthy during the quote-unquote cold and flu season, which I really refer to as the season of indulgence. September to December is this season that we're doing way too much during a season where we're supposed to be doing much less. And if you don't kind of follow that, you will end up sick or with sick children during this season. So today's podcast, we're going to focus on sleep and our diet and how that can assist us in staying healthier during this season. So sleep. A big marker for families is to note the when we turn the clocks back. Right? So the night that we turn the clocks back, all of a sudden that next day, it's a big change for our children. All of a sudden it's darker earlier. And if you're not mindful of this, you sort of don't understand why your kids are acting up and being more cranky and more fussy or even in fact getting sick. So note this, when we turn the clocks back, that means that it's darker earlier. And when it's darker earlier, our bodies are making melatonin. As the sun goes down, the body's making melatonin to settle us to go to sleep, which means our children should be going to sleep almost a whole hour earlier than they were before. And whatever that looks like in your home, I have some moms and dads tell me they can get their kids to bed by 6 o'clock. Amazing if that's you. Others, 7 p.m. is probably about the usual time for that school-age children to be settling down. And for our teenagers, it's going to be a little bit later. But try not to get too much past when the sun is down. You know, once the sun is down and our bodies have made that melatonin to help us to go into sleep, if we go to sleep way after that, and it's very sensitive to our kids, it could just be a couple hours after that, they kind of get revved up in the other direction. And I talked about this a bit in my sleep podcast. If you want more information on that, we can attach that link here. So I'm not going to go into too much more detail, but it's important to acknowledge that when we change the clocks, we must try to change our lifestyle as best as we can. And for our teenagers who are running around and even with activities, just do the best you can to support that. Get them more sleep on the days that they can. If they can sleep in on any mornings, allow them to. Really, sleep is so important. Especially at this time of the year, we don't have a lot of reserves. We don't have that many reserves as we're coming to the shortest day of the year, which is one of the reasons why we tend to get sick as a society is there's not a lot of sunshine. And so in this part of the world here in the Northeast, there's not a lot. So being mindful of that when we are changing the clocks and we're getting a little bit less sunshine each day, and that the December 21st being the shortest day of the year, there is about 8 hours of sunshine. Other things we can do to help ourselves to stay healthy is to alter our diet. You know, through the summer, the early spring and the summer months, cold foods, salads, we can manage that a lot, much better. Our bodies can kind of handle that. In Chinese medicine, our stomach is like an oven. And when it's warm outside and our bodies are warm, we can manage colder foods better. But in the colder months, when our bodies are chillier, we really need warmer foods. The body accepts it more readily. It is soothing and comforting for us. Soups and stews tend to have herbs and spices that are healing for our bodies. So being mindful to add those back into your diets as we enter into the cooler season of the fall and into the winter. And maybe holding off on the shakes and the smoothies when the weather turns warmer again. Some foods to keep on hand in your house during this season of indulgence or the cold and flu season would be teas of mint and licorice, lemon, turmeric. Chamomile is a good one to keep on hand as well. Red raspberry, ginger. Did I already say that one? These are really good. Keep these on hand for your kids. If your children don't enjoy drinking tea, you can always freeze them. I've commented about this in other podcasts. Making herbal ice pops for your children is a really great way to get some healing herbs into them. You get a little, like, you have an ice cube tray on hand or a ice pop maker so that you can make some little herbal ice pops for your kids. That's another great way to get in some medicinal herbs for your children if they don't love to drink hot teas. Other foods to keep on hand would be miso, unsalted bone broths are wonderful to keep on hand, fresh ginger, turmeric, onion, garlic. That way the first signs of a cold in your child, you can get these started as soon as possible. Food is medicine. Remember, moms and dads, food really does make a big difference. It makes a huge difference, especially at the start of an illness. Manuka honey is really important to keep on hand too. Don't underestimate the power of utilizing Manuka honey in a variety of different ways. Of course, for our sore throats and for our coughs, but can also be used on the skin if we have sores, little wounds, especially around the mouth for little ones. This is safe to use for our kids over 1 year old. Okay, moms and dads, this is just a few pieces of information here to help you through this season of indulgence. Please see the bottom of this podcast for the article I wrote about the season of indulgence, along with some other links for you. Remember, parenting is a journey and you're doing an amazing job. Stay curious and keep learning, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining Jennie on the Simply Pediatrics Podcast. We hope that the valuable information she shared in this episode will inspire and empower you on your holistic parenting journey. If you would like to learn more about Jennie, her Simply Pediatrics practice, or anything that she spoke about today, please check the show notes that accompany this podcast and you'll find all the links and resources you need. You can also sign up for the Simply Pediatrics mailing list so that you receive Jennie's weekly newsletters packed with vital information and holistic parenting journeys. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please consider giving this page a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any episodes. And don't forget to connect with us by sharing your thoughts in the comments section below. Follow Simply Pediatrics on any and all of the social media platforms. And if you're interested in an in-person or a virtual appointment with Jennie, please see the contact details in the show notes. Stay tuned for more episodes packed with a wealth of powerful information to support you on your holistic parenting path. See you next time.